Okay, we're live, which means hello everyone. Welcome to this hangout where myself and the Watcher are reflecting on the Jurassic Park Quadrilogy. Yes, now that Jurassic World is finally out and that we've both finally seen it, we're going to be reflecting on all four Jurassic Park films, like we did with the Bond things where we rate them out of 10 and stuff like that. So this hangout will cover Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World. So let's go back 22 years and revisit the original classic that made audiences jump out of their seats with sheer joy and also terror. So, Jack, what do you think of Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg?
Well, Jurassic Park is it's a great film. I mean, it was the first in the series, and it was a great action adventure film. You had stars in there like Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill and Richard Attenborough, and it was just overall the film was just it was just an epic film. It cost, I think it was 63 or 65 million to make the film. And
Oh, you should say that. That's 65.
yeah, 65 years. 65 million years, yeah. And the film itself, was just a great fun thrill ride. They come to this island, Jurassic Park, Isla Nublar, and you start off the film with this raptor attacking somebody, and then you cut to the lawyer, and then you see Sam Neill, as Dr. Alan Grant, he's excavating this dinosaur, this raptor skeleton. You find out he hates kids, um and then you go on from there, and then Richard Attenborough arrives, and he's playing this Scottish guy, John Hammond, and then we go to Isla Nublar, and we see all of these dinosaurs, and you got that great soundtrack by John Williams, which is just absolutely fantastic. The dun 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 dun, like you were playing a minute ago. Just a credible score. You always know with John Williams, he's gonna knock it out of the park, and you know Jurassic Park is just the score is just brilliant, and you
Right.
see these and then you see these dinosaurs, and you're really inspired by these dinosaurs. You're kind of in awe on these dinosaurs. I mean, and the special effects, the animatronics and CGI still stand up, and
I mean,
you know,
for 1993, it was pretty impressive.
yeah, and it's just great. And you have some other side characters in there like Wayne Knight. You might remember from Space Jam and Toy Story too. you know,
Fantastic.
yeah, and you also have Sam Jackson, which I think was like one of his early roles. Like he doesn't do much; he just kind of sits there.
I'm tired of these motherfucking.
These motherfucking dinosaurs in this motherfucking park.
Don't forget Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum is, yeah, he's kind of this cocky kind of guy, and you
Ian
have,
Malcolm.
I mean, and then you have probably the worst part of the film, the kids.
Oh.
The kids, Richard, John Hammond's grandkids, and you're just kind of like, this is a bit pointless, but Wayne Knight, you kind of see that. They don't really go anywhere if it, well, they do, but he gets killed. He steals those embryos, and then you know dinosaur kills him, and he's shutting down the whole place, and that's where it kind of shit starts to get real. An hour in, an hour into the film, and shit goes down, and have T-Rexes running about, killing people. You have to see in the toilet. And I mean, I have to say though, the fucking girl, she's so fucking stupid. Waving that flashlight around. I mean, who
Yeah.
fucking does that when there's a T
Screaming.
Rex? God.
screaming all the time as well.
Yeah, and then
And she's meant to be some computer hacker as well.
yeah, it was just
Like,
it's
how I wouldn't believe that if she was going, ah!
yeah, and
Some kind of damn dress.
yeah, and it's just, I mean, it's like an hour in the film where things start to really, go down, and then it's, car gets stuck in a tree, and I have a good action sequence there, and you kind of see these brontosauruses and stuff, and you kind of see Dr. Alan Grant like kind of, you know, yeah, you sort of see him, getting to like the kids, and then you have Laura Dern trying to open up the thing, trying to turn on the power again. Then that kid gets zapped. I wish he just stayed dead.
To be fair, Laura Dern isn't as annoying as like Willie Scott. I mean, oh God, oh Dr. Alan Grant, I could have been your greatest adventure.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Oh God, and the kid, when he gets zapped by the, electric, I
Electric
wish he
fence.
just, yeah, I just wish he'd die. Save us the bother. Having more screaming. I mean,
That
you
would
could.
actually have made quite a dark scene. The kid dying.
God, and then you have those raptors in the kitchen, opening the doors. I mean, yeah, I mean that was probably one of my favorite bits in the film, and at the end you have all three raptors kind of, all three raptors surrounding them, and trying to shut the door, and then you have the T Rex come in, kind of save the day, and then they get out, and that's kind of the end of the film, and you see them on the helicopter, and they abandon the park, and see Alan Grant at the end. He likes.
Alan.
Yeah, you see. Oh God, you see, kind of at the end, he kind of likes the kids, but overall, Jurassic Park. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I know you love it, but I mean, I still really like it. But for me, some of the characters are going to be fleshed out more. I mean, you do have that emotional arc, but it's just more of a thrill ride. But I mean, it's a damn good
Yeah.
thrill ride. I mean, I don't think it's Spielberg's best film, but it's definitely one of them. And the first Jurassic Park film
I think it's his
still,
most fun. Like, it's one of his most fun films.
yeah, it's just a thrill ride, kind of an action horror film, and the dinosaurs and stuff. And I mean, it's just cool to watch, and kind of it's a good popcorn movie, and um, and Jurassic Park, the first one, still probably my favorite. I'm gonna give it about a 9 out of 10.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm kind of in agreement with you. Yeah, I think Jurassic Park is a fantastic work of cinema. I mean, I personally think it's a masterpiece. I mean, only kind of sort of slightly a masterpiece. I mean, it's not only a fantastic thrill ride, but it's also an intriguing kind of science film as well, if you think about it, because they really, in the first half of the film, they really delve into kind of the science of how John Hammond and co recreated the dinosaurs from the fossils. And I like the little DNA cartoon, and nice to see Mr. DNA back in Jurassic World, but we'll get to Jurassic World later. Um, I agree. Some of the characters could have been fleshed out more, but I mean, we're getting Jeff Goldblum in the second movie anyway, so
Oh God.
Sam Neill was good. Maybe his performance could have been a bit more emotional, but no, he's pretty good for what he has to do. Laura Dern's good. I like Laura Dern. I didn't really buy their romance. Apparently, they're like together in the film, but I never really got the sense of that. Like, I mean, kids or something, but you get the feeling that I don't know, it's kind of in there, but they didn't bother to. They just said, "Oh, it's there." They didn't bother to explain or develop the relationship. Well, okay then. But that scene when they arrive in the park and you hear John Williams' bombastic music playing, and the dinosaurs are there, and then he's like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." That scene is mind blowing. It always gets me, even like over 20 years after this film came out. It's still amazing how powerful that scene is. And the thrills
Yeah.
are like the rain scene. The action's great. The rain scene, the kitchen scene, the chase scenes. It's all really good for 1993. Pretty damn impressive. I mean,
Even for now, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think some of the effects still hold up today. I mean, I know that they won't look as new as they did back then, but I still think it looks real. I mean, okay, maybe some of the effects might be dated, but was good as well, especially like when the car, like the T-Rex trying to get the kids and stuff. Um, I like Richard Attenborough. I think he's a great character. I mean, his character, you really like his character is genuinely wanting to inspire people. He's not trying to do harm, but he,
Yeah.
little does he know. But
Yeah.
I mean, go on.
I know. I was just gonna say, like, he doesn't really want to harm people. There's that like touching scene like towards the middle of the movie. When they're lost, and it's just Laura Dern and him, and they're eating ice cream or whatever, and he's talking about, he just wanted to make this park, and wanted to make it, for some, he didn't want to make it an illusion. He wanted to make it where some people could be, inspired, and can actually see the dinosaurs and touch them and stuff. But it kind of sadly goes wrong for him.
Yeah, it is a shame to kind of gradually see his character lose everything. Some of the characters like Samuel Jackson, Wayne Knight, they didn't really do much, but Wayne Knight was cool. I mean, his death was quite an intense scene. Apparently, that breed of dinosaur wasn't actually a real one. I think they made that for the film for his death.
As long as it's not Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's all, folks. No, I mean the movie has its dark moments, has its suspenseful moments, but there are touching scenes too. It never did. I don't think personally it's, but there are some like touching scenes, like the scenes with Alan and the kids. Like it's nice to see Alan kind of grow to like the kids. And
Yeah.
Speaking of the kids, I mean, if there is a weak element of the film, it has to be the kids. I mean, they're just. I don't know what it is, but I don't know why every Jurassic Park film needs to have a kid in it. Like, it's like, it's a young audience to relate to. Well, only when it's necessary. You don't need the kids. Like, okay, fair enough. The John Hammond's grandchildren, I can deal with that. But how is she, some really intelligent computer hacker when she doesn't know how to hold herself against a dinosaur? I know she's terrified, but seriously, the first thing you do would be to stay absolutely still. Like,
not wave a fucking flashlight.
Yeah, don't go, ah! Yeah! Different movie, but no, I mean they're okay, but they're just annoying. Sorry to be there, but that kitchen scene is quite intense, and they're disposable. So you can just I mean if the kids weren't in it, the movie would still be great. But yeah, they're the weakest element for me. I don't have many problems with the film. I like Jeff Goldblum. I like Sam Neill. I love the music. The soundtrack is amazing. I mean, John Williams, the guy never fails to create a great score. I mean, even though I don't think Lost World is the brilliant score, at least John Williams, gave us so many other great ones. But the original theme, as you said, the dun 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 da 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 da, it's amazing. Amazing. Overall, I love the film. I think it's superb, and I might actually have to give it 10, despite the minor problems. I think it only has minor issues, and I think it's fantastic. It's a 10 out of 10 from me. And now we move to what I personally think is the weakest of the series, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Park 2, or Jurassic Park, The Lost World, or just fucking Jurassic Park. I don't know what. just the movie, It's just Jeff Goldblum, the movie.
Oh God, it's just a cash in the movie.
So Jack, are you prepared to rip The Lost World to shreds?
Yeah, I mean, The Lost World. I mean, like Jeff Goldblum said in the first one, that's a big pile of shit. I mean, it's just crap. I mean, it really is crap. You had the great, original Jurassic Park directed by Steven Spielberg, and that was a great film. I mean, it was a really great, action adventure thrill ride, and I mean, it was just a great movie, and this is just a fucking terrible sequel to Jurassic Park. I mean, Steven Spielberg really fucking rushed it out with this one. Like Jeff Goldblum said again in the first one, Oh, but before you knew what you had, you slapped it on a plastic box and you sold it. That's what he fucking did. He just slapped it in the cinema theater and sold it. Before he even fucking finished the film. I mean, this film is just unbelievably slow. I mean, the first film from the start, it was, it went past at a really quick pace. This film, from start to end, it is just so fucking boring, and it just never picks up. I mean, you have Dr. Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, and he's just there to be there. He's just there for the
Jeff
fucking
Goldboob.
he's just there for the fucking paycheck. I mean that's all he's there for. We have some terrible.
It doesn't help when your main lead actor looks bored as well.
Yeah, 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 exactly. And you have some, the dialogue in the film is it's just really bland and boring crap. You have his girlfriend suddenly decided, oh, I'm going out to Isla Sorna, and then you find out, oh, there's a second island. Richard Attenborough, John Hammond, he tells us there's a second island. Where the fuck did that come from?
Surely you would have learned from the first film, and then you would have thought afterwards, okay, maybe I should get rid of maybe I should quarantine the other island, to stop people from going in if the dinosaurs are living there. Maybe I can, but nah, let's just, get Sarah Harding down there to do some research, and then, oh, I know, let's get Dr. Malcolm back. He'll do it. Oh yeah, he'll do anything. I mean, let's be fair. John Hammond didn't really take very kindly to Malcolm in the first film, so I reckon it's payback. I reckon he's like, okay, you didn't like the idea of my park in the beginning, so I'm going to throw you on this island. I'm going to make you go to that island.
I'm going to make the dinosaurs fucking eat it.
But yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, you could tell it's rushed. I mean, Spielberg actually told Michael Crichton he actually rushed him for another movie so we can make. He rushed him to write another book so we can make another movie, and it fucking shows. I mean, it's 4 years later, and they just fucking rushed it. I'm sorry, the whole start of it is just boring. We have Dr. Malcolm back, and you're like, first of all, you're like, where the fuck is Sam Neill? And why'd you bring Jeff Goldblum back? I mean, I like Jeff Goldblum, but his character was far from the most, likable character in the first film. I thought his character was a bit of a dick in the first film. You're bringing him back. It's like it wasn't like he was the most likable guy in that film, and then you have his fucking daughter that just came out of nowhere. He said, "Oh, I love kids and all this shit," and then. He says, "Oh, I'm a terrible parent. Don't take my advice." Then she goes in the fucking boat, and fucking, John Hammond. He's like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, you're right. They didn't even get on in the first film. They didn't even get on together in the first film. Why would he send him to that fucking island? He said in the first film, "I really hate that man." For fuck's sake, why wouldn't you be getting Sam Neill or something like that? And John Hammond or whatever, he's dying in this film, and
but Jack, you've forgotten one of the biggest cast members of this movie, one of the standout performers, Vince Vaughn.
Oh, God, Vince fucking Vaughn. Oh, God, I mean the guy's good for comedy, but don't put him in a fucking serious role. This is Jurassic Park. It may as well be Jurassic parody.
Parody.
I mean, for God's sake, it's just, fucking Vince Vaughn. Yeah, you're right. We're introduced to him, and you're like,
sorry, Jack.
Really? God. You're just sitting there going like, really, Spielberg was that your first choice? Oh God. And it's fucking Vince Vaughn, fucking guy from Anchorman, the internship. Why would you get this guy? Oh God.
Fair. Vince Vaughn is good in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
He's good in Dodgeball.
Yeah,
he's good. Ben Stiller and Steve Carell and Steve Coogan, like the Four Musketeers.
I mean, I mean, Vince Vaughn's good for comedy roles, but not for fucking like serious roles like Jurassic Park. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. The dialogue's
what does his
So
character actually do? I can't remember one line that Vince Vaughn actually said in the movie that was genuinely stood out. He speaks way too fast, and his character just comes across as as himself. He plays himself in everything.
he's just Vince Vaughn, yeah, and the fucking, you have the kids appear again, just fucking pointless at the start, and
That was a
you
cameo.
have John, yeah, and you have John Hammond dying, and you don't really give a fuck because they don't even build up to it. They don't even they don't even try to make it emotional. It's just like, oh, I'm dying, but oh, Jeff Goldblum, go to this island because I said so, and he goes to fucking Isla Sorna, and it's just so boring and crap. Unlike the first one, you're not inspired by these dinosaurs. There's no great music in this, and I mean, John Williams. We were saying, his score is great for the one. His score for this is crap. I mean, it's just
Well,
one.
no, it's not. It's okay, but it's just very kind of dull. Like duh, duh, duh. It's the same theme all the time, and it's kind
Yeah,
of boring. Like apart from the Jurassic Park theme, which is amazing, the rest of the score is just kind of like duh, duh, duh. Maybe John Williams thought, you know what? If they're not going to try, why should I? I mean, to be fair, I think we should let John Williams have a pass because John Williams is a master with music. He has made some of the best film music, in the century. So I think, he has one bad score. We can let it pass.
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, the guy's. I'm still saying the guy's great, but I'm just saying for this wasn't his best. That's all. But you
Mm.
know, I mean, just the film drags. Inspired by these dinosaurs, and you had one T-Rex in this film. Now you have three, and you know what? I never fucking understood. Why did she save the fucking baby T-Rex? What the fuck? It's still gonna eat you. Why would you save the fucking
And
baby?
and the mum's only going to come back for it. So
It's
it's
also
it's,
what's
it's, it, it's your own fucking fault. The dinosaur comes after you. So
it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Um,
you can tell it
just
wasn't very
fucking,
well thought out. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just fucking stupid. And you have, when Jeff Goldblum first arrives and he sees his girlfriend or whatever, and then you see the dinosaurs. I mean, the CGI in this, some of the CGI compared to the first film, it's crap. Like, those triceratopses or whatever, going those stegosauruses, going through the jungle or whatever at the start, the woods. You're just like, that's some crap CGI. And just, I mean, there is some good animatronics and stuff, but like, compared to the first film, some of the effects in this look like, someone made them on a bloody computer. Someone made them on the computer at home. Fucking MS Paint or something like that. And I mean, the film, it just, you have that stupid action sequence where they're all hanging onto that rope, and then the fucking trailer is falling off the cliff, and somehow this guy gets he gets a hook, grabs it, pulls it back with his car. It's just fucking stupid. And you have those really tiny dinosaurs which aren't even supposed. Like they even said, they're not even supposed to eat meat. They're herbivores. Suddenly, these small dinosaurs, like the size of a fucking pea, attack this guy and manage to kill him. And oh yeah, I'm forgetting at the start. You had that fucking girl, that British family, she gets killed, and you're like, by these tiny dinosaurs. You're just like, this is just rubbish, it's pathetic. And I mean, the dinosaurs at the end, and oh god, that's the worst bit. The fucking dinosaurs in the city, fucking InGen, it's just so stupid. God, I mean, I'm sorry, Spielberg, but what were you thinking here? You got that terrible sequence. It's like, Mommy, Daddy, there's a dinosaur in our backyard.
Oh, anything goes.
Oh God. And it's just, oh God, and it just ends so crappily, oh oh yeah, that guy from InGen, he's like, oh, kill the mother, but don't let the infant live. It's like, why? It's caused all this fucking havoc. Why would you do this? Fuck's sake. And
Kill the bastard.
yeah, and then the fucking Jeff Goldblum, they're in the car, and somehow the mother knows that they have the baby. And, at the end, you have, the film just ends really, abruptly. It's just kind of like, oh, well, the dinosaur is shot by a dart, it goes to sleep, and then it cuts to the Isla Sorna, and John Hammond saying, "Oh, nature, blah blah blah," and you're just like, "Well, that was crap," you know.
Like yeah, nature takes its toll. Yeah.
It just ends so abruptly, and you're like, "Well, that was shit." I mean, honestly, I don't understand how some people can like this film. I mean, this film recently, a lot of people saying, "Well, actually, I didn't think it was that bad. I'm sorry, but it's horrible. It's just boring, and it's one of the worst sequels ever made. It's just so crap." I mean,
And can I
Spielberg.
also point out why is it
Yeah,
called The Lost World Jurassic Park? Like why not call it Jurassic Park 2 or Jurassic Park The Lost World?
yeah. And why is it?
Why?
And why is it called the Lost World? It's a fucking island. It's not a world.
Yeah,
God.
just call it Jurassic Park 2 or something.
Yeah. Or Jurassic Park, the Lost World, not the Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That just looks weird. God, and it's just crap. I mean, Spielberg just farted it out.
It'll be a
I
10
mean,
out of 10 then.
yeah, tenor. Yeah, I mean, what was it? It's just, one of the worst sequels ever made. Spielberg, when it comes to sequels, he's never been that great. I mean, apart from Last Crusade, when it comes to sequels, he's not that great. And, Lost World's probably one of the worst sequels. It's up there, Temple of Doom for me. And I mean, it's definitely the worst for me, so I'll probably give it a 3 out of 10.
Wow, quite impressive.
Impressively shit.
Um, to be honest, there's not much I can add to your debacle. Uh, it's one of those cases where it looks like the filmmakers literally were in a blank spot. They were like, "Fuck, what are we doing?" Like they kind of thought, "Okay, we have a basic premise for the idea, but what the fuck are we doing?" It's kind of it's one of the things Spielberg probably thought, "I've actually got good ideas for this," but then he couldn't get them down. It was like, what am I doing here? Like maybe he just kind of woke up and he realized, hang on, what's going on? Like he realized he was making another Jurassic Park film, and he was like, and he got completely lost. Oh lol, the Lost World. But this film kind of this film is a little bit of a jumbled mess. I don't really quite know where it's going. I mean, recently tried to say that it's good. I mean, aside the fact that you've got Jeff Goldblum back and you've got um, Jeff Goldblum back. There's not much really else to the movie. Like the story is plodding and boring, and literally, like the plot is kind of dumb. It's literally like Jeff Goldblum has to go and rescue his girlfriend from the island. John Hammond wants him to go and do research. They fight dinosaurs. Then dinosaur ends up in city. Boom, credits. Look, that's it. Like that's it. There's no drama within this movie. There's no suspense. The movie, it's just a drag of a film. Like, and you just don't fucking care after a while. You're like, yeah, if they die, screw it. There was a couple of good action scenes, but that was it. It wasn't enough to make up for it. It takes them like half an hour to get to the island. It's like the first movie. Yeah, okay, it took its time, but it didn't take half an hour to get to the island. I mean, or if it did, at least it moved at a quicker pace. This movie is paced appallingly. It is so boring. I honestly, like, you just sit there, you go, well, I hope they get paid. Fucking hell. I mean, and also the characters. My God. I mean, I like Jeff Goldblum, but it would have been nice to see Sam Neill come back because Jeff Goldblum was kind of a secondary character. It would have made more sense if Jeff Goldblum was the main character in the first movie for him to come back in the second one. But I mean, I'm glad he's kind of in the second one. But at the same time, it's like I kind of miss Sam Neill. It would have made more sense with the story also because John Hammond didn't like Ian Malcolm in the first film, and in the second film he's like, "Would you like to go to my park and do some research, Isla Sona?" It's like, what the fuck? Just and he's like, "You didn't contact Sarah." It's like, oh god, no, he's got a girlfriend. He has to go and rescue his girlfriend. Then his daughter comes in, like, and you know what scene really pissed me off? The fucking gymnastics shit. What was that?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's Ian Malcolm's daughter suddenly karate kicks the dinosaur out the window. I think it's Like,
Fucking
fuck's
terrible.
sake, there's no logic. Like, realistically, that doesn't happen. You know, if you swing for a dinosaur, you know, it would probably grab your leg and eat you. You know, you're dead. You know, you're fucking dead. You know, ugh. I mean, you know, you might as well just throw everything out the window the way at the rate this movie goes. But you know, honestly, the worst thing I could probably say about this film is casting Vince Vaughn. Fuck me. Just fuck me. I mean, God's sake. Vince Vaughn. It's one of those cases where you go, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. I mean, Vince Vaughn's character adds nothing to the film, and you know he speaks far too fast for you to understand what he's saying, and his character just seems like he doesn't even. He's just there. You know, he's just there. Like you said, Vince Vaughn's good in a comedy, but in this film, he's just there. Like it doesn't work. I mean, like for King Kong 2005, Jack Black as Carl Denham actually works because Jack Black really reined himself in, and you know he actually gave a really good, strong, dramatic performance as Carl Denham. I mean, he didn't rely on comedy. Vince Vaughn, you know, he's the comedy guy. It's like, oh, we gotta have the funny guy. But just, I think Spielberg's direction is completely all over the place. He doesn't know what he wants to do. One minute, you know, he's trying to build character moments, and then the next minute he tries to do the dinosaur action, and then like both can't interweave in the way that he wants. The film is messy. It's completely messy. The plot is so weak, and also the opening scene is kind of like a bit dark. You know, like it's kind of like, you know, the little girl that dies. You know, I mean, is it me or does Jeff Goldblum look bored and depressed in this film? I don't know. Like Jeff Goldblum looks
Yeah, he
kind of
mumbles. Yeah.
yeah, he mumbles. He's like, well, you know, then like last time when there was the running and screaming and the it's like you go, yeah, Jeff, I know how you feel, but just take the paycheck and get out. But no, it's Lost World is a disappointing film, and but my least favorite scenes are towards the end when they go to the city. To me, what person in their right mind, after you know seeing you know all of this destruction happen, not once but twice, to then take it to the city in the end, to just bring the T-Rex to the city, is like InGen want to publicize it. It's like, okay, well, why don't you fly out to the jungle? Why do you have to bring the dinosaur to the city? Surely you would know that it's going to cause havoc. It's going to wreck shit up. You know, just where's the logic in this film? There's no sense of them actually knowing what they're doing. I mean, fuck's sake, you know, who in their right? I can't get over it. Like, who in their right mind takes the dinosaur to the city? It doesn't make sense. I mean, still, like, when did this idea come into your head? Like, oh, we need to put the T-Rex in the city at the end in San Diego. It's like, leave fucking San Diego alone. You know, if you want to publicize the dinosaur over the you know media, then you know take your camera crews and your film crews to the jungle, to Isla Sorna. Why fucking bring the dinosaur to the city? You know it's gonna wreck the shit up, and you know it's gonna cause havoc. You know, and then the end with John Hammond's, you know, saying how nature takes its call, blah blah blah, and then you're like, by the end, you're like, oh, well, that was 2 hours of my life I'm never gonna get back. Oh my god, honestly, The Lost World Jurassic Park. People have tried to tell me it's a good film, but I'm sorry. I mean, if people like this film, fair enough. I mean, you know, I'm not going to shit on you. It's your opinion. As long as you respect mine, then that's fine. You know, I'd be interested to see how opinions compare. So if you do like, do tell me why. I'd be really interested to see that. Um, it is disappointing, and yes, John Williams' music is disappointing. It isn't awful, but it's kind of dull. It's just like duh, duh, duh. And then the Jurassic Park theme itself is great, but you know, John Williams probably just I don't know. The movie's just a mess, and I don't. I mean, there are a couple of action scenes which I quite like, but apart from that, nothing. Like the acting's okay. Vince Vaughn's terrible. The plot's terrible. The climax is terrible. The pacing is terrible. Just the whole story is terrible. Like, and John Hammond dying, like, you don't care because they don't build up to it. And the cameo from his grandkids is kind of pointless, but oh well. And Jeff Goldblum's daughter, just go back to the fucking gym and do your swing there, because we don't care. So I'm gonna rate this film 4 out of 10. You know, I don't think it's unwatchable. I just think it's really boring. And I mean, you know, sorry if people like this film and if you're annoyed at me shouting and ranting, but sorry, I had to get it off my chest. Yeah, but thankfully, this series slightly. I have to confess, this is a bit of a controversial opinion because a lot of people think this film to be worse than the first two. But yeah, I now hand you over to Jack, where we move on to Jurassic Park 3. Yes, which came up 4 years later. Jurassic Park 3, directed by Joe Johnston, the new director. So yeah, Jack, Jurassic Park 3, take it away.
Well, Jurassic Park 3 as a kid was my favorite out of all the Jurassic Park films because you had the first one which I liked, but it was an hour into the film before we got to the real action. Then the second one, it was just boring as fuck. But as a kid, this was always my favorite because it was an hour and a half, short and sweet, and there was a lot of action in it. And Jurassic Park 3, I think, is is a lot better than people say. I mean, Jurassic Park 3, well, it's not a great film. I think it's definitely a step up after The Lost World. I mean, Jurassic Park 3, what's good about it is, you have Sam Neill's Dr. Alan Grant return, which is great.
Sorry,
What?
I couldn't hear you. You went kind of muffly there.
All right, sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah. I mean, what I think's good about Jurassic Park 3 is that Sam Neill returns as Dr. Alan Grant, which is nice. We missed him from the first film, and I think he was definitely needed in the world, and we have him back, and it's nice to see Laura Dern back. I mean, even though it's a bit together, but oh well, and I mean, I mean, the story it's simplistic, but it works. I mean, we have these people, the Kirbys, and they come to Dr. Alan Grant, and they say they've lost. Well, they basically lie to him, and they go to this, they go to the island, and they kind of write him a paycheck. Kind of funny because that's probably what happened in real life. He just came back for the paycheck, Sam Neill, but we see. Yeah, but we see that he's kind of teaching about dinosaurs, and he's kind of done with that stuff. But when he returns, they land, and they lie to him basically that they lost their son, and Kirby Enterprises doesn't exist, and from there it's kind of an action romp moving from set piece to set piece, and we see. We see Eric, his son, has been living on the island for 8 weeks, and Sam Neill's there, and you have the dinosaurs and stuff, and you have this new dinosaur, the Spinosaurus, and I mean, it's cool, like, when the plane crashes, and I mean, you have Mrs. Kirby, what's a bad idea? And I mean, there is
making a Jurassic Park trilogy.
Yeah.
That's the bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? There is one stupid scene in it, like when he's on the plane, he's like, "Wake me when we get there," and it's like, Alan.
Oh, we have the raptor as Billy as the raptor. Go.
Yeah.
Alan. God.
Yeah, that's stupid, but they arrive on the island, and it turns out it's Isla Sorna, and he hasn't been there. And they're looking for the kid, and it just kind of moves on from action set piece to action set piece, and the effects are nice, and I mean, it goes at a lot quicker pace than The Lost World. 90 minutes. It's the shortest out of all of them, and we have the son. There's a little bit of emotional drama, with the son, and they're trying to reunite with the mother and father, are trying to reunite and all that, and it's kind of touching. I mean, they don't really focus on it too much because they're really focusing on getting in the action there, and and you have that phone, the the and I mean, you have one scene where you know, they're searching through the shit for the phone. Like, you know, he calls Laura Dern, and you know, she, you know, I mean, you know, there's that funny reference. What?
Laura Dern's the one that saves the day.
Yeah.
That's
uh,
in the film.
I mean, there's a nice reference there to, you know, Barney the dinosaur. Uh,
Yeah.
and you know, you had the kid, and you know, and we found out in the film, you know, she has a family of her own, and they can't be together. But you know, we see, you know, it moves on, kind of romps on from there, and you know, she manages to save the day, and there's pterodactyls, and you know, they thinks Billy's dead, and you know, Billy tries to steal the raptor's eggs for, you know.
One thing I don't understand. Speaking of Billy, how the fuck does he get out? Like, we don't. See, how did they find Billy?
Yeah, I mean, that was silly. I mean, I thought, you know, maybe he should have just died, you know, make it a bit more emotional. But
I thought he did. I
um,
actually forgot that he survived.
yeah, actually, yeah, same, you know, till the end of the movie. I mean, the movie, it definitely romps along. I mean, it's a lot more enjoyable for me than Lost World because it's much faster, and you got Sam Neill back, and you know, Laura Dern's in there for a while as well, and you know, it's kind of going back to Jurassic Park, and that's a fun adventure. And you know, there is some moments where you're inspired, and there's a little bit of family drama. But you know, I think an hour and 30 was a little bit too short. I mean, as a kid, it felt a lot longer, but now, like when I'm watching it, you know, it kind of ends abruptly. Like, oh, they see the military, and then they're
It's
on the
it's
hell.
kind it's kind of ironic in that sense because the Lost World to me too long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think, you know, and at the end, what I don't get is, you know, those pterodactyls, they just fly off, and you know, they're like, oh, they're making a new nest. Well, they're going to fucking America, you know. Like, why wouldn't you want to shoot
Kind of
them down?
opportunity.
Yeah, and you know, I mean,
I think it was basically like the director wanted a nice shot for the end of the film.
yeah, I mean, Johnston does a competent job. I mean, I think it was right to get a new director in after Spielberg, because I mean, Spielberg fucked it up. So I mean, putting him as executive producer was kind of the right move. And you know, I mean, overall, Jurassic Park 3, it has its fun moments. It's just a kind of a fun action romp, and you know,
Okay,
it's still not great. So I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
fair enough. I'll probably have to Jurassic Park 3. It was the film I actually ever seen when I was 4. I think I watched it on DVD once. It was genuinely quite entertaining. Watching it back, I realised whilst it's a little bit of a step up from the Lost World, in my opinion, because simply it's a brisker pace, literally. But the problem is, it doesn't really. I don't think Joe Johnston really understands how to mix drama and action. Whilst the action's entertaining, it gets tiresome after a while. It does feel like kind of that's all you get. You get bombarded with action, and you don't really know what to think. You're like, what am I to make of this? Like, where is the movie going? I mean, there's a nice. I mean, it's a simple story, but I think it was a lot of the Lost World can be insane. But so you know, and it could prompt for a lot of emotional drama. You know, the family trying to reunite, and the couple trying to find their son, the Kirbys. I felt that the lack of drama in the movie was a big problem, and you know, I mean, Joe Johnston's an okay director, but I think they could have got somebody who really understood drama as well as action, and kind of it's to make it more like of a search out of desperation. It kind of just felt like a random move from one set piece to the next. It should have been like a bit more urgent, a bit more of a desperate search. I mean, the movie's quick and it moves along, it romps along, but in terms of like the family, like it should have been really centered around them, but it literally was centered around the action, which is kind of a problem for me. I like the action, but there's too much of it, and the movie's too short, and it doesn't. I mean, whereas the Lost World is too long. Uh, I mean, Jurassic Park 3, visually looks quite nice. There are some nice CGI shots, nice animatronic shots. The music's good. There are some nice scenes for Laura Dern at the beginning and the end. Like Laura Dern and Sam Neill, they do reconnect and they have their little moment. I mean, she's married to someone else and she got a son. So you know, it's kind of interesting to see how her character's moved on since the first one. Because see, we've seen Jeff Goldblum in the second one, and John Hammond in the second one. Sorry, Richard Attenborough, and now we're getting Sam Neill back. That's the one thing I do praise this movie for. Sam Neill comes back. So, that's really cool. I don't know what happened to Jack. I'll just uh, I'll just invite him again. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, no. Sam Neill's back, which is a really, really nice thing to have. It's nice to have Sam Neill back. But yeah, no. Jurassic Park 3. It's fun, entertaining, but it lacks drama. It lacks emotional drama. The character development is just non-existent here. Um, but yeah, uh, yeah, it's not very good. It's a slight improvement over the second one for me. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that opinion, but I'm sorry, but that's the genuinely how I think. Yeah, I like Billy as a character. He's interesting, but like they should have maybe probably just killed him off, like not have him brought back at the end. That was kind of stupid. I didn't really get that. I didn't understand why like why he just sort of suddenly came back to life. But oh well. No, yeah. So yeah, Jurassic Park 3. It's a simple movie. It doesn't really have any great drama, but yeah, it's entertaining nonetheless. So I'm going to give it a passing grade at 6 out of 10. So yeah, I don't know where Jack has gone. He suddenly left the hangout. So yeah, hopefully he's going to come back in a minute and join me for Jurassic World. Hello?
Hey,
What happened?
sorry about that. Sorry, just needed a toilet.
Oh, right. Well, I thought you'd gone. Yeah, I just finished wrapping up on Jurassic Park 3, so we'll quickly finish this hangout off, and we will delve into the latest installment of this franchise, the long awaited and long anticipated fourth film in the series, Jurassic World. Now, I saw this recently and put up my review yesterday, and I know Jack saw it a few days before me. So, after the long wait, it's been 14 years since Jurassic Park 3. So, Jack, what did you think of Jurassic World?
Well, Jurassic World, when I first heard about it and I saw the trailer, well, both trailers, I thought it was going to be shit. I mean, you know, it'd been 14 years since Jurassic Park 3, and I just thought, another sequel, this is just so unnecessary because, Jurassic Park 3, while it wasn't, a bad film, it wasn't great either. I mean, I think, one was enough. I mean, a trilogy was, it was a bit too much. And,
It was a bit
you know,
excessive.
yeah, and Jurassic, making it a quadrilogy, Jurassic World, I just thought, look shit, we got fucking Pratt, we got a fucking Pratt right here, and and it just, and it, and just looking for the trailers, you just look like, just typical schlock, like, yeah, these dinosaurs are thinking, I gotta eat, I gotta fuck, it's just, I was just like, really, I mean, but actually, it surprised me. It really did. I mean, it's not the best film of 2015. It's definitely not one of the best films of 2015. I mean, so far of what I've seen, it's pretty good, of this year. But Jurassic World, I have to say, probably the best film since the original. Not as good as the original, I'd have to say, but definitely the best since the original. I mean, it kicks the shit out of Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. And, I mean, we have, a lot of references in there. The cast is completely new. We have one new, we have film Doctor Wu, the Chinese scientist from the first. References in there. Mr. DNA, and you have you know, you, the the statue John Hammond, and what's cool about this film is like it's kind of John Hammond's vision of the park. and that's nice. The fact that it's an amusement park, and I mean, the film itself, going into it, I thought it was going to be absolute crap. But just watch, coming out of it, I thought, that was pretty good. I mean, I just, going there, I thought the only good thing was going to be.
Yeah. Hello. Now, hello. Sorry about this. I don't know where he's gone or why he's being silent. Uh, mm, right. Jack, are you there? Hello. Well, while he's gone, I'll quickly give my thoughts because I want to wrap this hangout up now. So yeah, Jurassic World. I too was quite surprised by this. I wasn't convinced by the trailers. I thought, oh god, this is just a cash grab. But to my surprise, I actually quite enjoyed this film. It was a lot of fun. Um, I didn't really like the story all that much. I thought it was a bit weak. I mean, the whole kind of the park is open thing, which is never.
Sorry, connection went for a second. Sorry.
All right.
But sorry, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, but I mean, the special effects were great for this film. The animatronics and stuff. Excellent. Everything great. The story just. I mean, it really romped along. I mean, there were parts of it. The first half an hour, and then like the first 10, then the last 10 minutes. You're like, okay, pick up the pace. But you just have really good. Scenes in there, and I really like the scenes between Bryce Dallas Howard and the kids, and trying to reconnect with them and stuff. And I mean the kids in this, I mean they're rubbish, to be honest. They're rubbish. I mean, first of all, you got that little kid who reminds you of the kid from the first film, the boy, and you're just like, shut up, for God's sake, just stop screaming and fucking talking at 50 miles per hour. And you have this like older brother who's he's a fucking pervert. You know what I mean? He's just he's got a girlfriend, at the start of the film, and then he goes on, he goes away for Jurassic Park. He's only going away for 2 fucking weeks, and he's acting as though and he's looking, eyeing all the other girls. You're like, what a fucking pervert. Just fucking, keep it in your trousers, for God's sake. I mean, you still have a girlfriend. I mean, and and the little kid as well. He's just running about. You're just like, oh, fucking shut up. And yeah, and you have the gyroscope and all that, and and they get in trouble, because they, that. The idea, the whole plot, people, the whole idea of the plot is a bit stupid. Audience attendance is going down. Really, fucking dinosaurs, really, and it's like, oh, we're gonna have to genetically make these new dinosaurs, and they make this raptor T-Rex hybrid, and it manages to trick Pratt and the others. Another like negative I have to say is, Chris Pratt is just, he's a bit pointless, to be honest. He's just kind of there to be there. It's just like, I like kind of like Vince Vaughn. Well, not as bad as Vince Vaughn, but it's kind of like, what was the point of having him here? He's just kind of there to be the cocky, tough guy. He's just kind of there to be the smart arse. Oh, these dinosaurs thinking I gotta fucking eat. And the and the other scenes, where he's just like, oh, this is Omega, this is Beta, who's Alpha? I'm the Alpha. God's.
I'm the man of this house.
And it's just like, he's just kind of there, and that relationship they had with Bryce Dallas Howard, I didn't really buy it. They didn't even seem like they'd known each other. He's just like, You just think these dinosaurs are numbers on a spreadsheet. Well, I tell you, they can, they can talk. They live, all that stuff. And,
Kind of cringe. They had like.
sorry, what was that? Hello? So what were you saying there? Sorry, what were you saying there?
Yeah, I was just saying. Basically, when you hear about Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard having a date,
Yeah.
and also like when they kissed, it's kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, I mean,
So during the chaos of the dinosaur rampage, they throw in a random kiss. It's like, really?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just the relationship seems a bit forced. And I mean, but there are some nice references in there, like when the kids steal the truck and the Jurassic Park truck, and I mean, one thing that did piss me off, and I kind of agree, they were kind of, I don't think they were shitting on the original, but they were just kind of like, they were just kind of forgetting about it. Was like, they still made reference to it, but they were like, why is the park suddenly now open? I didn't get that. It was just like the park for some random reason was now open. They didn't even give an explanation. He had that guy with the Jurassic Park T-shirt, and they're just like, "Oh, you shouldn't be wearing that. That was a bad thing." And you're like, "Well, why is the park open? Surely after three cock-ups before you realize maybe dinosaurs on the island wasn't the best idea after all."
Sorry, what wasn't the best idea?
Opening up Jurassic Park again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that annoyed me, and also another subplot was just fucking stupid. This army guy wants to replace soldiers with dinosaurs. I mean that's just fucking dumb. He's like, oh, these dinosaurs. From your relationship, Mr. Pratt. They can take orders and all this shit. It's like, really? Fucking dinosaurs. What? Are you going to deploy dinosaurs in Afghanistan now? God's sake. It's just stupid. And, I mean, the final act, you have the three dinosaurs. You have that really big dinosaur and, the raptor, and the T-Rex and stuff. I mean, that was really cool. I like that, but I think they dragged it out a bit. But, overall, I thought Jurassic World, it does have its problems. Like, there are some plot holes and some annoying characters. I mean, it's not perfect, but I definitely have to say, if you're a fan of the original, I think you'll enjoy this film. I think it's definitely the best out of all the sequels. I mean, it's a bit sad we didn't have Sam Neill. I mean, I think we should have had Sam Neill instead of Chris Pratt. But
Sam Neill's a bit too old now, I guess.
yeah. So, but overall, not perfect, but overall, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Nice. Well, yeah, Jurassic World. I have to admit, I too was surprised by this installment. It certainly had its fun moments. I mean, I don't like the idea of kind of the plot. The park is open. Like, I kind of disregarding the first one. I mean, I know in one sense it's kind of nodding to John Hammond, like his idea is now fully envisioned, but also is like after the first three, kind of shittings in the toilet, you'd realize, okay, maybe this isn't a good idea. But no, but yeah, you have to kind of forget that. Basically, it's a fun romp, if a little long dragged out. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I think her character is really interesting and how she's trying to reconnect with her family after so long. But you kind of tell at the beginning she's kind of obsessed with her job and she's not really made time for her nephews or her sister. And she's left with that responsibility of taking care of her nephews, but she doesn't. Speaking of which, the nephews are just pointless. I mean, those characters are just really rubbish. I mean, the boy, like the guy from Iron Man 3, he was he was just an annoying little kid. He was overly enthusiastic about the whole thing. I mean, fair enough. I'm all for excitement, but don't not every attraction must be that good. Surely, I mean, his brother was a bit more tolerable, but he was a bit of a player. So I mean, because he already had a girlfriend, and then he was trying to perv on the other girls, and just get close the nearest brothel to where that kid lives. I mean, seriously, dear. But no. That aside, the movie's fun, more fun than I thought it was going to be. The dinosaur action is really good, despite the fact that it's CGI, which kind of does take me out of it a little bit. I kind of wish there was more animatronic elements, but I realise, okay, 14 years after the third film, technology's moved on. This movie has some nice moments. There's some touching scenes too. Not quite on the level of the first film, but it'll do. It's good enough. The end climax, like there's big fights and there's the great climax, which is a bit dragged out, I have to admit. The first half an hour of this movie is a little slow. I mean, the way they're kind of padding it out, getting to Jurassic World, and I mean, although hearing the music in cinema was amazing. I mean, hearing that theme by John Williams, you're like, because I'd never seen the first three films in the cinema, so hear it in the cinema was like amazing, like wow. And
yeah,
speaking of which, the score by Michael Giacchino is amazing. It really is, and I think it complements the movie really well. Like it has a lot of drama, attention, emotion, suspense, action. Like the score is incredible. Michael Giacchino is a great composer, and kind of tipping the hat to John Williams' original score, but whilst adding his own flavors in. I really liked it. Like especially some of the tracks towards the end are quite touching. Like when everybody's like there, and then like I can't remember what the lines are, but I think like Chris Pratt, like Bryce Dallas Howard says something to Chris Pratt, and then then the movie ends, and it's like, oh, the music's still playing, and it goes duh, 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 duh. It's nice. Speaking of which, Chris Pratt, he's okay. I mean, he's kind of just there, really. He wasn't in it as much as I thought he'd be. I kind of wished he did a bit more, but because in the trailer, he's like, if we do this, we do it my way. I thought he was going to be the guy that took control of everything, but no, he was just kind of an accomplice. He was there. I kind of thought Bryce Dallas Howard was the main character, but oh well. But it's nice. It was interesting how Chris Pratt could actually communicate with the dinosaurs. It was like, it's not about control; it's about a relationship. I mean, more to the point, the script. Oh God, I mean, the script is kind of weak in a few areas. I mean, some of the dialogue is cheeseball. It's just cheesy, and and the whole romance between him and Bryce Dallas Howard is just forced in there. Like you're meant to believe that these characters have been on a date, and then they randomly kissed in the middle of this rampage, which is just pointless and out of place. Like, I mean, oh God. But yeah, no, the movie has there's some good comedy, some which works and some which doesn't. The guy that wants to use the dinosaurs for military purposes, like for the war, just get out, just fucking get out. God, he was kind of just like that guy as the villain, kind of introduced very late in the day, and you didn't really get his motive. Like, what was his use? Things. Yeah, and that brontosaurus, like seen lying dead. Okay, characters, like it's not perfect. The first one, but it is the best of the sequels. It is, and I think the Jurassic Park films are good. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm not a fan of the lot, but I like them as a series. I think they're good. But I think this is a good place to end. I think after four films, I think there's not much more you can really do with dinosaurs, and I think to really think of plot, whoever if they make a fifth one, whoever has. Sorry about that, everyone. I think the connection might have been a bit lost there. But oh, hello, Jack.
Hey, yeah, sorry.
Don't know what happened there. But anyway, yeah, no. As a series, I think they gel well together. I think I think one was enough. Though they didn't really need to make the sequels, but the first movie did better than anybody expected. So yeah, there we go. I think Jurassic World's a nice place to end. It's a good set, it's a good quadrilogy. So yeah, I like the series as a whole. So what do you think of the series as a whole, Jack?
Well, as a whole, I mean, the first one is probably my favorite. I mean, I agree with you that, there wasn't really much point in making sequels. I mean, what more can you do with dinosaurs, to be honest? It's not, I mean, it's not a very character-driven series. It's more on the action, adventure, thrills. But overall, the series on the whole, I do enjoy it. 2 out of 4, I especially enjoy. I still like Jurassic Park 3 and Lost World just thinks crap. But I mean, overall as a series, I mean, was 4 enough? Yeah, I think 4 is enough. I think 3 was enough. I think 1 was enough. But I mean, Jurassic World, like I said, I was kind of, I was already happy for it to be a trilogy. So when I heard it was coming out, I was like, got another one. But you know what? But watching it, I think it's a good note to end on. I mean, it's a better note to end on than Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. I mean, Jurassic Park was. I thought if they ended it on that, like now looking back, if they ended it on that, that'd just been an okay note to leave it on. I think leaving it on Jurassic World will be fine. I mean, I mean, I know Jurassic World has already smashed the box office, it's already made, billions of dollars, I think, or millions of dollars, and it's grossing loads, and but I just think Universal, be wise, be smart, and just end it here. Four's enough.
The original.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't as good as the original, but it was the best since the original. So I think Jurassic World was a good note to end it on. There isn't much really to go from here. I mean, I don't really see another trilogy being made. I mean, I don't. I hope there isn't going to be another 2 films.
Well,
Focusing on Bryce Dallas Howard and her family. I think they should just,
but,
Jurassic. uh, I mean, how many times is this park going to open and close again? But yeah, I mean, it kind of disregarded 2 and 3 Jurassic World, but overall, I mean, I think I'll buy it on DVD, but Jurassic Park, 2 out of 4 I especially enjoy. And I mean, it's definitely not my favorite series in the world. I wouldn't rush back to it. Like, I mean, apart from maybe the first one, I wouldn't, rush back to it. So, Jurassic Park overall, it's good, but I think they should just end it.
oh,
You there? You there? Hello?
hello.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Can you
Well,
hear me?
I think that is a good note to end on. So yeah, thank you.
You there?
What is up with the fucking connection?
I don't know. Are we still live?